Good morning, Ultimate Business Support. Together this morning with Francesca Moy.
Hi, how are you, everyone? Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Natasha.
Excellent. We've just had our butts kicked by Andrea Dix on this morning's training session. That's why I'm still in my exercise clothes. Francesca had a quick shower. I actually thought eating would be a better use of my time, and she had a shower. So we can't wait to share with you some insights around what we were talking about last night. Actually, last night we did a blab and a Facebook Live stream of all things marketing and how most businesses, or all businesses, are pretty much the same, but there tends to be people that walk around saying, but no, my business is different and this wouldn't work for my business. So this morning, as I said, we're going to do our best to respond to everyone, because we've got Periscope happening on one side, Facebook Live on the other, and GoToWebinar in the middle of this call.
We can do it all.
Yes, we can do it. Francesca might be looking at all different cameras, so if we're not looking at you, that just means. And make sure you subscribe or follow one of us, depending on where you're coming from. Now, thank you for joining. Those of you that have joined through the GoToWebinar software, which is the main way we broadcast this, and these also get posted on YouTube. On my YouTube channel under Natasa Denman, there is a playlist called Coffee Chats, and we have like 30 of them, and they're always on different topics. Every week we choose a different topic. Hey, Lainey. Lane's from Perth. Boy, it's hot, hot, hot here. That means it's coming here to Melbourne. In 3 or 4 days, we're going to be very hot here as well. Looking forward to it. So please post comments, questions, ask clarification around what we're talking about, because this morning's topic, I believe Francesca's got a lot more experience than me. That's why I thought we'd pick it out in terms of what she's doing, and we will reveal very, very soon.
Thank you.
However, I have also started doing that, quite a lot of that recently. So we are talking about offshore outsourcing, or any type of outsourcing. Let me just show the guys our little slide changer. I thought this was a very appropriate picture to have on the screen. So we're going to discuss, when are you ready to outsource? What kind of outsourcing should you consider, local or offshore? And what are some of the tips that Francesca's been doing it? How long? When was it the last? When did you start?
I've hired my very first VA in November 2014.
Right. So it's been a year and a half almost.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a freshie. I've had my VA. This is our 4th week. But it's going amazing. But I have outsourced, obviously, other things like my Facebook marketing and all that sort of stuff.
So we're talking about full-time virtual assistant.
Yeah. And, well, I guess it doesn't have to be just full-time.
No, absolutely.
You can start off part-time, crank it up, and also some local stuff that you, So I
absolutely.
Hello, Adair, as well. All right, so tell me, first of all, what was the mindset maybe that you have to be in to hire someone? Because often people think that they can do everything themselves. And
So what I realized that business owners, we are very, very perfectionist, and we just want to do it all, because we know that if we do it right. But then what happens is that you become so busy and so overwhelmed with everything that you don't actually have time to look after your clients like you would normally. So I realized that when we slowly start to outsource and give and delegate things that are time consuming, and we actually don't need to do them ourselves, we actually can give a lot more quality of time and add a lot of value to our own clients.
Yeah. So what about the people who obviously get scared about, they might not be making as much money themselves in their own business? This is, I think, a big, big objection that holds people back. It's like, I have to pay then another person, even if they're offshore and they're getting paid $4 or $5 an hour. When you multiply that over a certain amount of hours, let's say it might add up to $500 to $700 a month, which can be a lot for some people.
Yeah.
How do you overcome the fact that, like, you have an employee, so you're responsible for that person?
Yeah. So I realized that once you take this step, it's really like sometimes in business you reach a point that you just have to jump. If you don't jump, you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna stay in that level. You're not gonna be able to reach the next level of income even.
Yes.
So once you just jump and you commit and you just go for it. At the beginning, it might be a little bit harder. My dad used to tell me, used to do my books for me. He used to tell me, Francesca, your VAs in the Philippines is getting paid more than you. I'm like, oh, okay. I can do this for a couple of months, and then you will see they will turn around. Once your VA get the system and understand what she needs to do, and you don't need to train it as much, then you will have time to actually convert the clients that you have at the moment.
Yeah, so really it allows you and frees up the time to focus on the money-making activities, because what sometimes people actually use as a procrastination strategy, or things that they just kind of, I better finish this. It's almost like a self-sabotage. They do the things that are behind the computer rather than going out there and found the pavement. So that's what I have found, actually, when people are not making money, they're actually go, I'm so busy though. But I said, are you always behind the computer and actually using your premium time, which is say 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, not actually, Andrea has joined, not actually, making the activities that are going to bring you closer to cash. And you're right. I think it is a leap of faith experience, because if you leap into it, almost the universe kind of works out of ways that frees up that space for you to generate more cash to be able to pay your person. And I think your big one was your local EA. So Francesca just hired a full-time executive assistant, which is someone live with her, so local.
That was another scary point of my business. And you realize, like, business is ups and downs, and then you get to a point, then you go, oh, well, everything is going so well, but you realize that you need more time. You can't spend the time doing all these little things here and there, like booking venues and booking accommodation and little things, the flights. It takes so much time, and you don't need to do that. So but I couldn't really outsource it, because I need someone maybe in the same room with me, and she books that, and I can also overlook it while I do other things. So you need someone local, and it was really a big step for me to do it. But actually, it's already paying off. It's not even been a week.
Been a week. Not even a week.
I know.
She posted it one day, the next day she had it hired. So that was really
I don't wait. You just do it. When you know.
I did the same thing. I mean, you just did an introduction to the virtual assistant that I ended up hiring, and I spoke to her at 9 a.m. We started working together at 1 p.m. that same day. It was like 4 Mondays ago. Another insight of my experience was I kept waiting to have written systems. When I write enough systems, then I'll get my VA, or at least I need to have something written. But when I just took the leap that day, I had written one system, one little video that went for 3 minutes. And I can tell you 3 weeks later, we have this Dropbox that has so many systems, email templates, how to do things, because I'll show her 1 or 2 things. I'll give her the documentation, then she'll go off and do it. So then I have some free time. So I think the rocket up my bum was hire someone. Well, I always teach the success principle of say yes, then work out the how. And it works really, really well when you actually do that. And don't wait to have enough systems. Don't wait to have enough money. Don't wait because I think it is about going into the unknown. And often with what I do with authoring and your 2-day program, it's like these people who take the leap with us, need to trust the process, that they're going to be looked after, but they don't know what's at the other end.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
And the important thing is as well, a lot of my clients tell me, but what would I give them? Like, what task? I don't think I can outsource anything. So when you are so inside your business, you can't see the bigger picture, and you can't take yourself out because you're emotionally attached to every little task that you're doing. So what I suggest is to write down in little post notes each single task that you do. So a little post note, and you just write emails, event lists, or Facebook posts, or
uploading videos, editing video. My big one was editing a stack of video testimonials. I'm great at taking them, but I needed to get them edited and up on YouTube.
So all these little things. So you write them all down, the list of tasks to things to do that you always say, I don't have time. All those things, just write them all down, and then you put them in a white wall, and then you're going to start to say, oh, actually, I can outsource this. Oh, actually, even this. Oh, actually, this. And then you will realize that most of it is actually outsourceable.
Yeah, I agree. And then you keep discovering more things as you go along.
Yeah.
And start thinking of clever ways. How am I going to impart the information to the person? So yesterday when we came home from the Go Festival, for example, I had all these over 80 of these little slips of people entering our competition. Now I need to create a spreadsheet so I can send an email of thank you for entering, and this is who the winner is, and here's a video to the winner and all that sort of stuff. But obviously, how am I going to send this? So we laid out all of these in 10 in a row, took a photo through this awesome app called Genius Scan that actually one of my clients told me about, which actually turns it almost like a scanned image.
Yeah.
It's a free app, or I don't know, it might be $1 or something, Genius Scan. And then I just basically sent 10 in one photo that can be readable to my VA, and today that's what she's working on, so that at the end of the day I can have done a 24-hour follow-up to let the winner know who was and all that sort of stuff. So and various other things I can do then with that stuff. So another question is I think the guys, hang on, we've got a comment here, so let's just
Hi Elaine.
Elaine said she's yet to meet you. Now Davika, any suggestions for local versus an offshore VA, and how much is a good amount to spend? Yeah, I was just about to get onto that actually. That was my next question, is how do you find one? And what's sort of a reasonable amount to be spending on a VA? And also I guess maybe the difference, if you can make you looking for just one yourself, how would you go about it versus going through an agency, which obviously takes a cut into the VA will get paid a certain amount, the agency will mark that up so that they get paid. What's your opinion on that?
So I am very personal, and I'm very I want the VA to be part of the family. I want it to be part of the team. So I really don't. I'm not a big fan of going through an agency. I just want to have one VA, look after her, and I will look after her for a long time, and get a part of the team. So I'm a very big fan of Upwork.
Upwork.
Yeah, Upwork is like a really easy website where you can go and post a job, like as if it was sick for us, and you can find VAs all over the world. Now, of course, you've got to think about our time zone. So I really love to get people from the Philippines because they're only 2 hours behind. It's really easy to collaborate with them and work in the same hours. So I love that. And then one of the biggest thing is a lot of people try to get people with experience and all these things. I actually do the opposite. I get people that never done any virtual assistant work ever in their life, but they are nice people.
Nice people and smart and
they're easy to talk to, and you can see that they are keen to learn. That's the main thing, because those people, they are teachable, they are coachable, and you can actually
and they don't have any preconceived ideas of how something needs to be done. And that's the person that we also found for me is that when she went out and taught herself how to video edit, how to set up my emails onto her end. She just she's so she puts in the time and effort, and I myself started her at there's a comment there. They started her at a certain price point, and I will increase that after the first month of training. So do you know, what would you suggest as a ballpark figure for the guys if they're finding one themselves? What should they be looking at paying for, say, someone overseas?
I would say between $4 and $6 an hour.
Oh, US?
US.
So just making sure. So we're looking at, if it's $4 Australian, that's about $6 Australian.
Yes.
For US is six and a half Australian. So somewhere between 4 and US. They're always going to sort of quote in US dollars over there. Yeah. And locally?
Locally, it's tough because there's people that charge up to $50 an hour. So it depends. They're really good. Like, they do a great job.
But it just depends. I guess it depends again on experience.
Yes.
Because if they've done an EA job for a corporate or whatever admin kind of work they've done, they might want, like, say, a $50,000 to $80,000 wage versus someone who's more fresh. So consider, and I guess also you need to have a backup plan. What happens if that person wants to leave?
Yeah, that's why the first thing you want to do with this person is everything I teach you, put it into a system,
Yeah.
step by step by step by step. So then if something happens to you guys, you still have the system and you can pass it on, and your system becomes better and better and better every single time.
Yeah.
And one more reason why you don't want to get someone that is too experienced is because they're going to go back into Upwork and they're going to start to accept work from everywhere.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they start to not do your work. So you're going to go to work in the morning and say, why are you late? And they're super tired because they've been working all night for the US. So make sure that they're not too experienced with that work. You get them brand new, and you can, they're going to be loyal to you, and you're going to be loyal to them.
And also, I would say I think, you got to communicate. But with my one, I think we said that in the beginning that if she needed to leave, that she would have this 2 to 4 week period where she can train someone up or introduce me to someone that I could continue to work with that would want to do that type of work. Because my one has got a law degree and she's at the bar, and maybe one day she'll be wanting to work in that area in her country. So that's what I would say. So what other questions do you guys have? Okay, here we go. There's one. How do you gauge their honesty and ethics? Is there a way to do that?
I always do a Skype chat. So I really don't even read the school curriculum or anything like that. It's literally like a chat from the heart. So they all come usually like very scared, and I just go, no, you can relax, just have a chat. And I actually ask them private things because I want to see the ethics and I want to see what type of people they are. Usually at the first interview, they are still holding on some secrets. But then if you do another one a couple of days later, so they think that there is a chance to work, they really think that you like them, so they're going to be a little bit more honest. And I just ask them, how do you spend your day? That's really a good question, because every time I find the lies in that question.
How do you spend your day?
How do you spend your day? And they go, what? I'm like, literally like, what time you wake up, and what do you do as soon as you wake up, and how's your day? So I understand if they have a different job, or if they have, they can't lie because they're not used to that.
They're
question.
Not ready. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Cool. That's excellent. And communication is key. Making sure that you're always back and forward, that anything that needs to be dealt with, that it's dealt with, and that they're there to back you when and that you treat them nice. And I'm even considering in 6 months' time, all going well, I might even go up to there and spend a few days, go somewhere nice and do some face-to-face training.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have someone who's a long-term loyal employee and a part of the team, as you say, the family.
Yeah.
I think it's with us, I don't know if what people think, but I think with us we go very much on whether we get a good gut feeling if they're a nice person.
Yeah.
I don't think we care so much. I think if someone is a good person, they'll do whatever they can to help you, and if they don't sort of have the experience,
they will find a way.
Terry says, read Facebook ads. Yesterday you've mentioned not to do it before you have a backup additional material. For more leads, is it a good idea to use Facebook ads for a free consultation? What do you think? I don't know if I fully understand this question.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Maybe, Terry, if you can reword it, but let's just maybe talk on Facebook ads a little bit. So with Facebook advertising, I say when you have exhausted, say, your warm network, everyone that sort of you've built a relationship with, and your business is getting to a point where it can sustain having a regular Facebook campaign.
Oh, I got it.
Then you got it. Then I would invest into sourcing leads from Facebook, because again, those leads are going to be cold. Doesn't matter if they pay or a free consultation, they're still going to be cold, and you wouldn't have had a relationship. So it's a long-term strategy, Facebook. It works more and more the more you do it. Yeah.
So I would say, Terry, if you really don't have any following at all, I would personally wait a little bit and create a following and create people that are following you on your private personal page. And that way, when you start to have Facebook ads, people will recognize you because they're already seeing you a little bit. So even if you do offer a free consultation, you still are, like Natasha just said, going to a cold audience. So they're not going to really...
Definitely wouldn't do free stuff.
Not free consultation is overdone.
Yeah, no. And Terry is a personal trainer, so I'm guessing that maybe a free PT session you're potentially maybe thinking of advertise. I would even just do a lower cost one. There's a lot more commitment, even if it's just like a $15 one or whatever it is, to have that commitment, because a lot of free, even like when you run a free event, you said recently you trialed that, and I trialed that last year, less than 10% show up or no people show up because they don't have that commitment of a bit of even some skin in the game.
Yes.
Davika's just said, Nat, have checked Upwork and BA in Philippines are from $11 to $15. I don't. I think
because there is a little trick there. That's
trick.
What...
Tell us the trick. And hi, Lucy.
So what they do, they always put their favorite people, but those people that they are that expensive, they're people that are actually doing a lot of work in US and in other places. So they are the most wanted girls. So they're not full time. Yes, you have to think big. You can't. That's the thing of business. I always think big. I don't want someone that work me 2 hours a week. I want someone that eventually is going to be full time. So I treat the interview as a full time. So I don't tell them I'm going to have it for 2 hours. I say, if I like you, if we work well together, if you like me, we're going to work together for, forever. I'm going to look after you. I'm going to, give you a raise of money all the time, pay rise and all that. So that's what they advertise. That's what Upwork want to advertise, because Upwork get money from it as well. So what you're going to do is put a post, let it open to everyone to bid, and they are going to bid for your job.
Business, yeah. Similar to Elance, because that's still out there, but they bid.
Elance.
Yeah, because this used to be Odesk. Odesk is now Upwork.
And Elance, they're all together.
Are they all together now? Okay, right. Okay, but people do bid for your business, and you go for the ones, and always, you want to meet the person that might be helping you face to face. Yeah, there's lots of people that have been joining and
doing hearts and.
I know. Sorry, we're trying to concentrate on the content. If we're not sort of responding to some of the immediate comments and questions, we love them and we're observing them, but we're
give us some love.
Give us some love. Awesome. So we have about 8 or so minutes to go. We'll take a couple of more questions, and then we'll tell you guys what's coming up. I mean, we're happy to stick around for as long as there is, questions to be answered. I do have something from 10 o'clock though. I got to meet with some people who I met in Sydney last week, which was great. Nice. And you've got your Francesca's in Melbourne all this week. We're actually filming. We're finishing actually. Well, we should tell them what we're doing this week. Yes. Let's tell you what we're doing while you guys are listening. So today we're actually compiling the manuscript for the Bums on Seats book. So we're cutting and pasting everything in order and working out how is it going to be, and then so it go into publishing possibly late this week. Second, tomorrow we have a professional videographer coming to film us. We're going to be together for 12 hours downstairs in my training theatre room, and we're filming the Bums on Seats online course. Yes. Now, guys, if you want to access pre-release sales of these things, because they're half the price of what they're going to be at the moment, you go to the Bums on Seats fan page on Facebook, and you click on the Shop Now button. So that's where you would go to go across to the page where all of this is on pre-release. Yes. So we're filming all of that. Then, Francesca, you're having your half. Hang on. Wednesday, I'm speaking at Con's brand meetup, which is in St Kilda, which is an amazing meetup. Lots of high quality crowd. Go there. Yes. You're doing your half day. Follow me mastery.
Follow me half day workshop in
Doncaster at the Quest. You have an AM and a PM session. The PM session's the one that's got more spots available.
Yeah, the AM is fully booked, which is really great to hear.
Yeah. And Friday night, it's the 10 author book launch at the Pancake Parlour in Doncaster. Yes. And then you go home and I have a bit of a weekend because I missed the whole weekend just gone. So there's a lot of things, we'll be doing the next 5 days. Of course, trying to manage all the, people we need to get back to and speak in between all of that. And obviously having a lot of support from our VAs to be able to achieve all of these different things. But just to mention when the UBS live events are happening, and I know Colin's on the line. Colin, could you quickly just put a link for Adelaide. For some reason, I couldn't find it this morning. I know you sent it to me in an email. Could you just put it in a question box so I can drag it and give it to people? But our UBS live events are happening on the same date for Sydney and Adelaide, and I'll give you guys the Sydney link, which is on the 16th of Feb with Samantha Chambers up there. So that one's coming up. Melbourne's on the 25th of Feb with Jane, and I will be speaking at that one just to hit off the year. That one's going to be in Richmond. So that one's for Melbourne, and Colin in a second is going to give us the Adelaide one. I can see that he's on there. And for any of you guys that are from those cities, go along. It's always, we've been running this, like Melbourne's now into its nearly third or fourth year, I think, of UBS live events. And remember, there is now the amazing value pack membership. Like for $247, you get so much value, like all the entry to the events. Come to the 2-day brand accelerator, which you're speaking at next in March.
Yeah.
You know, part of our inner circle. It's just, there's so much value in a membership of UBS. So you can contact myself or any of the city leaders for that.
Yes.
And last of all, as I always say, well, there's no 7 spots, but there is 2 spots left for the Bums on Seats Mastermind. The next one is 25th of Feb. We're into month 2, so we can catch up anyone on the month 1, so you can join the rest of the year and hang out at my place with the other participants. So there's 2 steps left. So our schedule looks a little bit like this in terms of what's coming up. So there's that 25th of Feb day. So that's a little bit of the logistics and the movements as to what is happening. Lucy, when is the next group book launch? The next group book launch is on Friday. It's on 7 to 10 p.m. Pancake Parlor. But I'm guessing, Lucy, you're asking for the following one. I'll decide that after the February retreat. So you guys will know the next date after that, because depending on when the Feb people want to be launching, then it's usually going to be 6 months later. So if it's Feb, it's going to be March, April, June, July, August, September-ish, around that time. Thank you, Colin, for the link. So I'm just going to post the link for everyone in the chat box for Adelaide. So there it is. And you're welcome. And I'll also pop that onto my thing here as well, so I can have it for next week as well. Perfect. Awesome. So we're at 2 or 3 minutes. Any last questions, comments, guys, that you want to make? As also Facebook, apparently there's a limit of 30 minutes on the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to know. Let's see. Oh, I've just switched everything off at my end, I think.
So make sure that you go out there and you get, just jump and get a VA that you definitely love and you never go back once you try it. Yeah, and I don't think I will. Imagine now not having her. Mm-mm. It would be like so. You'd feel lost, and really, it's about our health at the end of the day as well. Yes. Like, yes, we can do all of those things, and probably we will do them best. Yes. However, to what detriment? To our health, to stay up really late, to have a really muddly brain. I mean, all of these things are, also for us to be at our premium, to be able to, achieve the success and the results that we're after. Yes. So I trust that. Thank you, Lucy. Thanks for all that love. And for all that love. And I'll give you a few likes. How are you, Wazy? Have an amazing week, everyone. And go out there, do what needs to be done. Do the activities that get you closest to clients and serving, and so that you can sustain your business. So outsourcing will be a blessing when you do it. Yes. See ya. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye.